Hey guys, it's your main man. Actually, I'm bringing you guys some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we found out that the DLC case is somehow related to the case that we're doing now. And today, we are going to the day 3 trial. So without further ado, let's get into it. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready. Very well. Apparently, the prosecution is ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statement, so. Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Okay, I'm counting. I have a timer right here. Let's see if it's 3 minutes. It's 1 minute right now. If it is 3 minutes, we'll see. I call my witness. It'll be 4. Starting from, it'll be 4. We'll see. We'll give him some time. Let's see. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gold Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Testify! Raise an objection. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I've predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. The witness will state their name. I'm not really sure. What do you mean? My memory, Your Honor. The witness does not remember anything beyond the last 3 years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in the question took place 3 days ago. You can testify. Very well. Let's hear this testimony, shall we, then, witness? That's 9 of them. He's got 1 more minute left. There is nothing to question in my witness testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10. No, there's actually. Come on, man! I'm giving you 4 minutes. I'm giving you 3 minutes. I'm giving you 4 minutes to do this. And you're not. And you're saying it's 10. No, I will cross-examine this bastard. Cause I'm not letting you get off that easily. What the fuck? 3 minutes has passed. Really? Okay. He looked like he had a spasm attack. It was like, hold it, hold it. Maybe it's not working. I don't know. It's only when I'm not saying hold it. Will it will say hold it? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? When I talked to you yesterday, you were very vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. You asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it. Clearly I did. You see? Continue. I was in the restaurant. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Maybe it's not gonna work. Okay? Are you gonna work now? Yeah, okay. When I don't say hold it, you work. When I do say hold it, you don't work. Okay. That makes sense. Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for the court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Polly's a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keefy boy. Keith? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Then I heard a bang. Hold it. Hold it. Finally it works. Yay. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good, continue. When I looked at the window, I saw a boat just floating down the lake. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! There we go. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there, yep. But you could clearly see, you couldn't clearly see them. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time. Then I heard another bang. Hold it! Hold it! There we go. So, you heard 2 gunshots in total. Yep. That's what Lotta said. Okay, so there's 2 gunshots. Just about then, comes back to the shore. A man walks by my window. By a window? Yep. By my window. Right outside the window of my little sack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick. But he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to the testimony. This. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was a defendant. He's saying, I can't believe he was dead. Hold it. Hold it. I can't believe he was dead. Maybe. I don't know. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad. That's certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead. As he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him. That Edgeworth boy is collapsed. Great. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into a cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. This. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick or this trial's over. Raise an objection! Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's court that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge. Raise an objection. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have. If we were telling a lie, Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please, we need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This is a new record. It was actually... It's nearly 9 minutes. But whatever. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held. Alright guys, we lost. Thank you guys for watching this Phoenix Wright commentary. It's been fun. Wait! What the? Who was this now? What the hell? Larry! What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But yesterday, I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. Objection. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for an adjournment. One more moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard the gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting there in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remembered. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Larry to the rescue. He saved our butts. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's giving us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In our all court procedures, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Gamma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will now adjourn for 5 minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Alright. So, Larry saved our butts. Ha! It's funny because his name is Larry Butts. But anyway. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wondered what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake last night. Yes? He said he went looking for the Seal Samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Alright. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You will say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, come on! You gotta be telling us what's wrong. Why were your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. Bird. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right. This might be our chance. Our chance. Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court, and that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right. That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Alright. So it all depends on what Larry has to say. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify. Court about everything you saw. I didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Okay, that night I was in the bed. I didn't even say hold it that time. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There are so many things wrong. I don't know what to believe. Well, okay. First off, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out into the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you on the boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something and I found it. What was that something? Oh, we already know what that something is. So we already know that from last time. He found what we know. So I slipped quietly. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't even say hold it that time. Around what time? Let's see. Figure I was searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12 o'clock. Don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then, just as I was heading home, going home, I heard this bang. Bang. Where did the sound come from? Well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you get a good look at it? Yeah, I looked. I looked over the lake. I didn't notice the boat. Hold it! Hold it! There we go. Wasn't there a boat in the lake? Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everyone just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm sure whether there was a boat... I couldn't speak. Okay. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of the case. He heard a single gunshot. So he heard one bang, correct? Alright. You heard one gunshot. There's something that we need to present to him. And that is... Objection! There we go. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang, you sure? That's what I said. But Mr. Ross's heart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. I'm like a customer here, so you gotta treat me. No! That's not how a courtroom works, dumbass. You only heard one gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Not sure? How could you be not sure? Man. Oh, man. But you're just not helping us, man. No wonder he's not saying anything Von Karma, because he knows this guy doesn't know anything. My radio, dude, on my headphones. What? Order. Mr. Butts. Yeah, so what? That a crime? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Miss Wright. Nope. I will continue. Your Honor, please. You will testify about the radio. It's only being on Christmas Eve. Something boom like that. A gunshot. DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means when no music was playing. The DJ only talks between the songs, so he could have had the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness. Alright, in this case, we don't really need to cross-examine anything. It's Lonely being alone, seriously. We already know that his girlfriend was away doing a photo shoot. That's why I was all across the radio. See, I was really listening to it, real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. I remember. Okay, hold it. You have to wait a bit, Mr. Wright. Please cease these pointless questions. What possibly good could knowing what a radio DJ said do to us? We should care. Well, just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Hold it! Hold it! I had to shout it really loud that time. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this really sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is a ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there was one gleaming ray of hope. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. It's almost Christmas. Said, hey, it's almost Christmas. If it's almost Christmas, then he must have heard the bloody thing. He must have heard the gunshot before midnight. So, objection, bitch! Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the shots, it was already Christmas. That is clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order. What does this mean? The two pirate witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, the witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Butz's claim he heard the shot about Miss Line? Larry is right. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I assume you have evidence for this wire claim. Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence. The evidence that Larry is right. This. The second photo. But there's nothing on the picture in this lake. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in the photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Correct. There was a loud noise. That is why. When Larry heard that gunshot, it was definitely Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with 25-minute pause between them. It has to be fired 3 times. There we go. Take that! It's the pistol, cause it was fired 3 times. Both the witnesses had 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the first shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That first shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen on that lake on the lake that night. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! What's wrong? I have it! Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean, Maya? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn. I can't speak. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right. This is one of the things that I like about Phoenix Wright. It forces you to think outside the box. Photographic evidence. Timestamp 10, 12, 25 minutes before this. That's the only way. He was killed with that first shot 25 minutes before midnight. Explain who was sitting on the phone. There could be only 2 people that could be standing in that boat. Sitting or what? They were standing. Why did it say sitting? It's Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! That's rapper Ludicrous. Tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name, right? It's Walter Hart. I don't know. I honestly don't know. What? You don't know? I don't know. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat. That old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? What? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of crime was not in the boat? Well, where did the murder take place? Show where it took place. Here, of course, where the boat shop is. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have any proof that the boat shop was the scene of a crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake searching for something. He finds it, returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned to the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gold Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start from at the very beginning, I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Reverend Robert Hammond to the shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then he fired the pistol on the boat. Who fired the pistol on the boat? The boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. What? Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Now this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the matter of fact now. Because it's obvious to create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Mr. Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps in from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the thing behind him. I see. Someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once he realized that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, then threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that date on that night on the Gold Lake. I don't think anyone's believing that. That's hard to believe. Bailiff? Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are awaiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, take the stand. Really? You heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? Well, Mr. was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes, several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? Imagine if Edgeworth never ended up there. He would have killed the guy, and then he would have no witness. He would have no one to put the blame on. If Edgeworth just wasn't there, I think everything would have been fine. The witness has disappeared. He isn't in the boat shop either. What? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. He ran. The final day allowed request that the police department utilize all forces to find the witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to the trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. You know exactly who he is, Ron Carmel. Day 3, and we did it. Got to that. Yay, Nick, you did it. Well, at least we got out from under the guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry sure helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of the clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right, there's something I've been troubling me for a long while now. I don't tell you whether or not to tell you. Don't know whether or not to tell you. No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is it, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed. A crime that you committed? A memory of murder. Dun dun dun! So on that painful cliffhanger, I'm going to be ending off this part. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys later for some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Peace.